John Bryan here. Hope you're making it through the apocalypse all right. Here in the our bunker, our scavenging war room here, and I thought I'd give you an update on some of the recent finds from Burnside's fort and some of the preservation work that we have done. So here's some of the stuff I've been working on lately. There is the circa 1815, 1820 still corked, probably whiskey jug found hidden in the basement of the fort. There's the cut down Confederate boot, cavalry boot that was probably up to here. And it was cut down and turned into a shoe that was found in the attic. Some of the stirrups have been found in the yard. There's a blacksmith made hoe that I just finished last night. Man, it was in bad shape too, and it looks pretty good. A piece of, looks like a trade kettle of some sort, brass kettle. There's the sad iron that was found inside the fireplace between the rocks. Now that's an old one. I pulled this one out just to kind of show that's kind of a smaller tailoring iron, also blacksmith made, like 18th century style. This is probably about like that. I'm guessing it had a handle sticking out of there. And let's see, piece of horse bit. This is a small trivet, I believe, that I found in the yard not that long ago. That took a while to fix. Another horse bit harness deal, scissors. Some of the buckles, just finished those tiny little buckles last night. Some of the horse tack decorations, fork, some of the real old 18th century style horseshoes. And you'll see they don't have really the lip at the end. A bunch of lead that's been found in the yard. Let's see, a bunch of the knives here. These have all really come out really well. I mean, they love their knives, they love their forks, and they love their pewter spoons. But that's the scale. It's just sitting there. I believe it was from that knife. Just found it last weekend. And you can see I uncovered some of the maker's marks. You can see there's William Greaves, well-known Sheffield, England knife maker. And in fact, there's one, a William Greaves right there, just like that one. Some real old style 18th century knives there. They've got that ridge and then they come up, and at the end they're real kind of thin and delicate. Just lots of different kinds out of one location. It really is a lot. Found a similar number of forks and spoons. Here's some of the spoons. It's hard to see with the glare. Pewter spoons. I've been working on the best way to restore these pewter spoons. Some great decorations. That's kind of how they look at best before. Sometimes they're in worse shape because pewter does not hold up well on the ground. That's how they look really originally. So, and there's still more than that. Some small pewter spoons. We've even found some iron. Other stuff here. There's a really nice fork. Some architectural type stuff. I can't recall what that is. I figured it out at one point. I believe that was maybe a door latch or something. Right there, that's a piece of a broken hinge. Some great big old rosehead nails, wrought nails. Pencil for a hinge. Would go with one of those. There is the mechanism for a door. And I just saw the other day in one of Greg Shipley's posts that these traders out in Ohio, after their cabin burnt down, they grabbed all the hardware and they buried it in a cache to come back for it later. They never did, and he found it not too long ago. So really this stuff is not stuff that they would throw away. And it kind of gets me thinking that a lot of this might be from the cabin that was burnt by the Shawnee in 1762, because you just wouldn't throw stuff like that away. It was reusable, especially the pewter as well. Let's see. And that's most of the stuff I've been working on lately. Been looking for lots of contemporary versions of a lot of the stuff that we found, like the forks. Got some of these for sale up in the shop already. Just like to connect kind of what they look like and before they went into the ground and what they look like now. Still lots to work on, lots of buttons and stuff that came out of there. That thing was from a leather wallet. It was like a latch. And we got tons of stuff still down there. Tons of stuff still down there that still need preservation work. I've got some stuff over here. Some of the buttons, a lot of the dandy buttons that we found. Some musket side plates. There's a first model Brown Bess side plate. Some of the other stuff. And that thing, I don't know what this is. Saw somebody selling one on eBay here last night as a Plains Indian killing club, basically. And I also saw one in the in Dr. Hansen's fur trade book, just like this, as a killing stick for beaver trapping. And then a lot of people think that it might be, you know, for moving logs, a picaroon. And I think that's probably most likely. But some people have said it's a scythe grip tang. So I don't know. It's pretty interesting. And this thing, I was thinking this was a broken sword or knife. But as I cleaned it up last night, you got these two holes in there. That's kind of bizarre. It looked like a tang and then a broken... It almost looks like a sword. I put it up to some swords. It's really more similar in size to a sword, like a blacksmith-made sword, than it is to like a big Bowie knife. But I can't explain those two holes there. So half the fun here is figuring out kind of what this stuff is. And this is really bizarre. Gosh, I don't know what that is. I think it's copper, some sort of copper alloy disc, pretty thick, and it's got a hole in the center of it. So, you know, a lot of times we find on early sites lead discs with a hole, but, you know, I don't know about copper. Can't explain that one. Probably there's lots of different things it could be. So that's some of the stuff we've been working on. You know, the one good thing about this all quarantine is we're able to process a lot of this work, and it's just as much work as it is finding it, pulling it out of the ground. It's even more work preserving it all, because once you get it out of the ground, I mean, it'll start to decay and deteriorate if you don't get on top of it. Look at all these things. Look at this big bag of balls that were found in the yard. These are all man-made. And a lot of people think they're from the early settlers, not from the Native Americans. But they're little, like, marbles, like made out of limestone and clay. I think mostly they're made out of stone. But anyways, a lot of people think they're for games. They almost look like some sort of natural deal, but when I Googled them, they're commonly found on a lot of these early sites. So anyways, that's the update, and stay safe out there and stay healthy.